Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of May 3rd. I can't believe we're in May. May 3rd, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, please take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. Because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, real quick, Cappy, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. I already released those videos, and you're welcome to view them at the end of this one. But this reading, the Tarot Card of the Week reading, is intended to be a message to you from Source, something that they want you to consider this week so you can make the best decision for you and your life at this time. Decision, if I could get that word out. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective. Look, no AI or CGI here, people. This is a real thing. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the Tarot Card of the Week here for the Capricorn collective for the week of May 3rd, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Tarot Card of the Week. I can't speak. Is there something you want to say that you haven't been able to say? I've been really good, I think, lately at picking up your energy. Anyway, your Tarot Card of the Week, my love. The 10 of Cups. What situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. What offer or opportunity is being presented to you that you may not be recognizing? Why is the 10 of Cups the Tarot Card of the Week here for the Capricorn collective? If you hear my stomach growl, I'm so sorry. I'm hungry, but I know if I eat like mid-reading, number one, I think it affects the way I channel. And number two, I get very tired and sleepy. So I'm waiting till I'm all done. They're all edited. They're all up. I rented Smokey and the Bandit tonight. I know, I'm so old. But I haven't seen that in decades. And I thought that would be a fun movie for us to watch on a Saturday night. So anyway, so yes, but if you hear the tummy growl, I apologize. Why is the 10 of Cups the Tarot Card of the Week here for the Capricorn collective? What situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? One more shuffle. Thank you. If I had to guess, I'm going to say it's not the one you're currently in. 7 of Swords, the Hermit, and the 6 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. Let's clarify. 7 of Swords. Why is the 7 of Swords here, please, for Capricorn? One more shuffle. Thank you. I can't wait till I do your readings and we don't see this anymore. It'll come. There was a period of time. Taurus still gets the 7 of Swords once in a while. Libra was getting it. Pisces, Gemini was getting it like almost weekly. So Leo, please, poor Leo. They had it for like 7 months last year. It'll work itself out, okay, as you deal with whatever the situation is. So 7 of Swords is clarified here by the Emperor, the Empress. Wow. And the 10 of Swords. Wow, someone screwed that up terribly, didn't they? A divine pair. The Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? Why is the Hermit here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hermit is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. Why is the 6 of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The 6 of Pentacles is clarified by the 8 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. Well, for me, Queens exist in the present because they're processing the past, and Kings take action. And I technically have all the Kings on the table, and all the Queens as well. Somebody screwed up a divine partnership here. It could be professional, it could be platonic, it could be romantic. Take it how it resonates to you. This should have had the best possible outcome. 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. And it clearly did not. And I don't know who sabotaged it. You did, they did, I don't know. But there is a feeling here of being backstabbed, being betrayed, being lied to by omission, being deceived. There's also a feeling here of feeling like you allowed some of this to happen as well. If that part's not your message, don't take it. But I say that because in your deck, the 10 of Swords, the person is seeing the swords. Typically, we see the person laying on their front and the swords are in their back. But this is in the person's front. So maybe you didn't see the first or second sword coming, but you certainly saw the rest. And you stayed anyway. probably because you felt this close connection to this individual. So what situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? No longer that one, although at once upon a time, it certainly had the opportunity to. So Hermit talks now about going within, some introspection. And there's some internal work here that you need to do with that. I think some of you are worried that you're never going to have that type of connection again, either with that person or with someone else. And I think what Source is trying to say to you this week, there's an offer opportunity that's being presented to you that you may not be recognizing. You have the ability to do your part to rehabilitate this connection. Let me get you 3 cards of advice here. This wasn't fair and balanced. We have 2 people here that by all accounts, this should have been a fair and balanced connection, but it wasn't. It wasn't because someone chose to not do their part. Someone chose to breadcrumb another. Someone chose to maybe step out. Someone chose to lie. Someone chose to deceive. I think you need to go within this week, if this is your message, and ask yourself, do you want to rehabilitate that? Because there's a window here of opportunity that you can do this between now and August. There's an opportunity to fix this. After August, it becomes less likely that this can be rehabilitated. I think that's your message. The opportunity, only if you choose. The opportunity to fix this, there's like a window here that's open. The 8 of Cups is the 8th month of the year. There's something here of like, we can work at fixing this until August. At that point, I feel like the wheel spins in the Wheel of Fortune, and you're sort of going to get pushed in a new direction. Very specific message. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. So if you want to fix this, you have a window of opportunity to start. Doesn't mean you're going to get it all fixed between now and August, because I don't know how terrible that 7 of Swords to the 10 of Swords is. But if you begin the process between now and August, the prospects look good. If you don't want it and you just want to move on with your life, there's still something here about going within and healing that. But not only healing the feelings here that this caused for you, all these feelings of betrayal, but also healing your mindset around, I'm never going to find anything that will be as good as that could have been, because that was never good if that was 7 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. So there's something here about acknowledging that when you're looking back, because the Knight is looking back, Knight of Cups, you're looking back wearing some rose-colored glasses. You have someone else better coming. And they're not even on the table. But they come in pretty quickly after the month of August. So I feel like between now and then, there's something here about taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing that connection for what it was. And healing those wounds, or at least beginning to. Your advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Ace of Pentacles. Everything I said is the truth. Ace of Pentacles. 4 Swords. Resting, recovering. And 8 of Swords. A little isolation, maybe a little time alone this week would be beneficial to you. I don't know if you can afford to take time off from work. I don't know if you work. This is a general collective reading. But if you can isolate yourself just a little bit this week, and by isolate, what I mean is give yourself 30, 45 minutes to go for a walk or go for a nap or sit in meditation. Just to sit here in a very passive, meditative state, like allow your body to relax, allow your body to rest. I think you need that more than anything. I think a lot of you are emotionally dysregulated because of what has happened here. So before you can even make the decision, like be clear-minded, because right now you're not clear-minded. So there's something here before you even make a decision about whether or not you want to fix this or not, or whether or not, you know, you're going to be able to move into the future and find someone comparable to that. You got to take off the rose-colored glasses. Why would you want anyone comparable to that? That was the 7 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. So I think right now you just kind of need to be independent. 9 of Pentacles is the 2nd decan of Virgo. Virgo is about healing. So I think you need to create some time this week to just start like getting a little bit more emotionally regulated, making sure you're sleeping, staying hydrated. There's nothing here about processing these emotions just yet. This just seems to be finding some opportunities here to emotionally regulate yourself and to quiet the mind. So again, walks in nature, resting. I mean, it could be for some of you therapy if you want to do that with the 4 of Swords. But there's just, at the end of the day, there's something here about being very passive and allowing yourself some time alone so you can process what occurred here, and you can decide whether it's best for you to move forward or to try to rehabilitate the connection. But keep in mind, it takes two, okay? Nine of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Ten of Wands. If you think that you're going to be able to repair all of this on your own without the other person's support, you're mistaken. It'll be so burdensome for you to do that, you know? And I just feel this is saying, if it's left all on you, and that Nine of Pentacles, nines are very singular, it'll become so burdensome, the connection is just going to fall apart. So if you choose to move forward, after you've cleared your mind this week, maybe next week, the week after, you decide, I do want to heal the connection with this person, just make sure that they're ready to do their part, okay? Otherwise, you may cause even more harm or more trauma to yourself by feeling that as the victim, it's your responsibility to fix this. It's not your responsibility to fix this. It's your responsibility to fix what aspects of yourself may be lent to this occurring. And don't be offended by that either. I had a woman once that I'd done a private reading for. Her husband had cheated on her. Very similar cards came out. I think she was a Virgo. And she said to me, everything was fine until the other woman came into the picture. And I said, no, everything was not fine. Everything was not fine because 100 different women could have come into the picture. And if everything was fine in your marriage, your husband would have never looked twice at her. So the fact that your husband looked twice and was enticed, again, not blaming her, but what I needed her to see was the marriage itself was broken. Not that it was her fault. Clearly, neither of them even recognized that it was broken. And when he recognized it was broken, he didn't bring it to her attention to say, hey, are you noticing what I'm noticing? We seem to be, you know, growing apart. No, instead he decided to step out on her. So I'm not saying what he did is right. Please don't interpret what I'm saying that way. But he recognized the marriage was broken and he handled it incorrectly. She never realized the marriage was broken. She wore rose-colored glasses the whole time. So once she realized that, she was like, oh my God. So the advice that came out through the cards was, if you want to repair this, you have to start at the root bottom. This is a complete deconstruction of a relationship. This is getting to know one another again, because you have both changed since the beginning of the marriage. That's why the marriage crumbled. One person noticed it, made the wrong decision. One person didn't notice it at all. And this all needs to be addressed. And then the relationship needs to be deconstructed. And the two of you are now changed from this experience. So it's almost like you need to court one another again. It takes a lot of effort to come back from the Seven of Swords to the Ten of Swords, particularly if this was cheating. I just feel like someone needs to hear that message. This isn't, we're going to go on a couple of dates and he or she's going to stop talking to the other person and we're going to be fine. Because the root cause that caused all of that started that avalanche, that's what needs to be addressed. And that's what I mean. Both of you need to do the work here. And there needs to be a lot of honesty and a lot of transparency moving forward. So some of you might be very quick to want to fix something that you're not going to be able to fix unless you're honest with yourself that this was broken long before that Seven of Swords happened. I am so sorry, Capricorn. I just rolled into the end of your reading there and didn't even realize the battery died on the camera. So I truly do apologize. But all I was saying after that is I think that's why Source wants you to pause. And that's why therapy has been coming up a lot, or just contemplation, meditation, being alone. Because this is, if this is your story, this is huge. This is not going to be fixed with a couple of I'm sorries. This is going to take two people making an effort to recognize everything that went wrong and to be honest about their parts and what went wrong and how they both handled it or didn't handle it, why this occurred, and then a complete deconstruction and rebuilding of the connection. Is it possible? F yeah. You have the two most powerful people in a 78-card tarot deck here as your energetic show here. This is you and your person. But you're going to have to rise to the occasion to make this happen. But that's all I was saying there at the end of your reading. Sorry this went a little long. These tend to be around the 9 or 10 minute mark. And even if this is only for one person, if that's you, I hope it reaches you. That is what I have for you. If you like those messages, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.